What's up, everybody? Monday morning. Welcome to this edition of the Daily Market Commentary. Hope you guys are having a great day. My name is Chuck Fulkerson of TradersArmy.com. We are going to look at the markets from an educational perspective, identifying breakouts and reversals. I know I've been gone for a couple of weeks. I took about 2 weeks off, spent some time up in Alaska with my wife, a little relaxation, little vacation. Everybody needs to do it, but we are back at it. So let's go ahead and dive right in. So last night in our live trade room, I actually was taking a look at this little bit of a bear pennant pattern that was forming for a potential downside breakout. Now, that certainly never came, and we actually wound up breaking out to the other direction and rallied up overnight. Now, we've rallied up, but we've really not rallied up to an area where there's any quality supply levels. We can see on a 4-hour chart that we are sitting a bit sideways, a little bit on a sideways price action here has been formed up. And so with that little bit of sideways price action, we're really not getting a whole lot of great reversal opportunities on the smallest of time frames. You know, I moved this from the 4-hour all the way down to the 1-hour, and I'm looking at my quality areas of supply. Nothing that sticks out to me that's exceptional. Even I moved to say a 15-minute chart. I mean, I certainly could look at this area up here as a potential reversal, but that's certainly not going to be my best option. What I would say is that we do have a little area right here that I think might make a little bit of sense on a pullback based upon the time of day that it was created. This is a pretty good time of day entry when you've got a setup, you know, like this after a very strong move right after the London markets open. So keep an eye on that as a potential reversal point for today. Next, let's take a look at the Nasdaq. So looking here at the NQ, we actually do have a slightly better supply level up above us in the NQ on the hourly chart. Right here, this base drop, which has not yet been retested. On a bit of a pullback, we do have a very similar area to what we have in the S&P. And that area would be this level right in here for a potential on the 15-minute time period on that 15-minute pullback. Now, remember, we switch our colors so that we know what our entry time period is, because that's what's going to tell us whether or not something is going to make a lot of sense for a potential entry. Next, looking at the Russell actually looks to be the most bullish of all of these markets with potential breakout above these highs. So keep an eye out amongst these highs for a potential breakout. If I go back a bit further, say the 4-hour chart, I do have room to roam on a breakout, and it's putting in a little bit of an ascending triangle pattern on the 4-hour for a potential breakout. Moving over to energies and metals, primarily crude oil. We looked in crude oil. Last night, crude oil is really just we gapped up on the first candlestick and then traded down for the most part. On a 15-minute chart, we've got a couple of decent levels. The one that I like the best is probably this wick over wick here at 118, which is a prior area of resistance. So coming back down into that region could be a good long opportunity. Now, is there a small time frame breakout trade below 118.95? I think there could be. I think you could get a little breakdown below 118.95 to take you down to this 118 level. Gold. We saw pretty much a whole pile of nothing last night, and really nothing has changed in that period of time. Gold just doesn't really give me a lot of good setups right now. Moving down to, say, the 15-minute chart, I don't have a lot of great setups, but there's some other areas that may make more sense. A little bit of a breakdown area has been set up here, which, if we get quality basing, could be a little entry below 1853. But other than that, not a whole lot. So those are our 4 kind of big markets that I look at every day: S&P, Nasdaq, gold, and crude oil, as well as the Russell. Also, natural gas, we gapped up. Didn't quite set up for a true gap and go trade. It has actually moved pretty nicely off of that level. I think if you're looking for an opportunity on an entry, look to this area here for a pullback, as it does look like it will continue to head a bit higher. Looking at our currencies and bonds and currencies, we are setting up for a nice little breakdown here in the ZN, our 10-year note. So those of you that trade the maybe it's the TY in your platform or whatever it happens to be, the 10-year Treasury note, a little breakdown in that area as we continue our 4-hour downward trend. Same thing exists in the 30-year. And then in the euro, we just don't really have a whole lot either, as we're also in a bit of a 4-hour funk, if you will. And so look for these 4-hour, levels to have to gain some trend before you start picking an overall direction. So that's pretty much what I have for today. If you guys have any questions, as always, send us an email, support@tradersarmy.com. Until tomorrow, I will talk to you soon. See ya. Hey, thanks for joining us. If you like what we do, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. It's the only way the computers know that you're actually alive and really care. And go to tradersarmy.com today to learn a bit more. And if you want to see some of our other videos, click here in the box.